Okay, here I am with my clear goodbye to 2024 because it sucked. Honestly, even the end of 2023 leading into 2024 sucked. And here's why. So, at the end of 2023, I got laid off from my job. I was out of work for 4 months. First time I ever was laid off in my entire career. So, that sucked. Then, around this time last year, around Thanksgiving, we started to notice a rapid decline in my dad's health. And then by New Year's, he was in the hospital and he ended up passing away on January 24th. My 25-year-old son was in the room when his grandfather passed, so that really sucked for him. Though one day, I think when he's older, he will probably be grateful that he was there, but a little dramatic at this point in his life. My dad was someone that really made a huge impact on the community for 50 years at least. So it was a enormous amount of support that we got, which was great and unexpected because we knew all the good that he did in the world. So we gave him a great send-off. At the time that my father's passing away, my daughter is in a really toxic situation with her college coach. That's a whole nother video, probably 5-parter, if I'm going to unravel that whole disaster. Absolutely toxic, and was just brutal on her. So she was dealing with that at the same time as her grandfather getting sick and dying. Shortly after my dad dies, I find out that one of my oldest, dearest friends has cancer. That sucks. My son, in his grieving stage after his grandfather dying, got a little off track with his graduate school program. Wasn't able to graduate in May as originally planned. Then we had a trip planned to Europe. 17 of us, my cousin Lisa, my sister, nieces, nephews, everybody. We've been planning this for basically 5 years. It was canceled for COVID in 2020. So we're finally going 2 weeks before we're ready to leave. My brother-in-law gets sick. Nobody knows what's wrong with him. He's in the hospital trying to figure it out. There was a point where we thought he was not going to be able to go on the trip, which meant my sister wouldn't come, but maybe she would send her kids with the rest of us. Who knows? And we're like, wow, we waited so long for this trip, and then right before we leave, this has to happen. We end up going on the trip, 3 different countries in Europe. We had the greatest time of our life. We are so glad we did it. It took every penny we had at the time. But it was worth it. It was worth every penny, nickel, dollar. We had an amazing trip and made some really great memories together. The last day in Rome, I felt what I thought was a water drop on my head, and I look up and I see pigeons. I'm like, oh, I think a pigeon just pooped on me. Fantastic. Sure enough, all through my hair, bird poop. So there I am in a dress because we're on our way to the Vatican. And I am on the sidewalk in Rome, and my daughter is washing out my hair with a water bottle to get the poop out of my hair. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's good luck. Good things are going to happen for you. Don't be negative about it. It's really good luck. And I'm like, of course it is. This year's been great so far. I'm sure it's going to be more good luck coming my way. Then on the way home from the trip, my cousin Lisa and I are talking about, okay, how do we make this trip that we thought was a once-in-a-lifetime trip, how do we make it happen every year? We want to do this again and again with this group, go different places. There's so many places in the world. It's like, why go to the same place even twice? There's so much to see. And we wanted to find a way to afford it because we know that even though we, work really hard at our jobs, we can't afford to do something like this every year with all our kids. So we started looking into different online businesses. Most of them were digital marketing, but there was one particular program that we came across, the Legacy Builders program. And the more we read about it and researched about it, and saw the size of the community, when we started 5 months ago, it was 35,000 people. Now it's up close to 40,000. That shows you the growth in 5 months in this program. And we saw that these 35,000 people are actually on hand to help support you, to give you advice, give you tips, tell you, what worked for them, what didn't work. And the whole program is automated for you. You literally purchase the program. There's 4 of them. 100, 300, 600, or 900. We chose the 900 because we're like, we're going to split this, we're going to do this together, and we're going to go all in. So we bought the $900 program, and then that's it. It was just that one-time purchase. There's no monthly fees to pay. There's nothing beyond that. And they give you everything to set up your website, your automated emails, this whole, think of it as a money machine that just works 24/7. These are active links that you put out there on social media platforms, emails, whatever it is, that are clickable 24/7. So when you're not working, it's still working for you. So the more we read about it, we're like, we can totally do this, even though we're coming in with no tech skills, no social media following other than our, small circle of our own family and friends. It's actually better to come in and start a brand new social media account. So we're like, we're doing this. And then one of the biggest things that we've learned from this program is really a mindset shift, right? I just told you about all the reasons why the last year and a half has sucked. Now I'm looking back at it in a different way. Yeah, getting laid off sucked, but guess what? It led me to the job I have now, which I absolutely love. I am working with the people I am meant to be with, and the layoff ends up being a blessing. I'm not going to find anything good about my dad passing away. I can't find any positive in that other than to say he's not suffering anymore. He's, moving around freely without restrictions that he had physically here. So I'll give that small positive, but that still sucks that I lost my dad. My daughter is removed from a toxic situation, and she is thriving mentally, emotionally, physically. She looks healthy. She feels healthy. She sounds healthy. And sometimes you don't really realize how toxic something is until you're out of it, and then you're looking back in and you're like, wow, I can't even believe this was happening. So it's unfortunate that she's losing her senior year and senior season, but it was the only choice to make to get out of this situation. My son fixed his graduate school mishap, we'll call it. Instead of graduating in May, he graduated in August, so that's something to celebrate. My friend with cancer is in remission and doing well. And the bird pooping on the head, I think, led us to this business. And there's my good fortune. There's my good luck for going through that, was finding this Legacy Builders program. And the mindset that they also teach you to have is like, don't look at all the things that you don't have. Focus on what you do have or what you want for your family. So what is it that you want as we start a new year? Today's January 1st, 2025. We have a whole year to look ahead to. What do you want for yourself or your family? Lisa and I know what we want. We want some financial freedom to travel. We want more time with our families so we can travel or just spend time with them. And even though we both really love the jobs we do, wouldn't it be nice to only do it because we wanted to, not because we had to, not because we feel the stress of all the bills that we have and the commitments we have financially for college and everything else that comes with having a family. So if you've been thinking about ways to make some extra income, but you're not really sure what to do, you're not really sure if this is a real thing, you see it so much online and you're like, how are all these people making all this money? It's true. You can do it. It's not an overnight thing, right? Like, think about going to the gym. Okay, January 1st, the gyms are packed. Everybody's back on a diet, right? Everyone feels gross after the holidays, so everyone makes this commitment, I'm going to lose weight. You don't just go to the gym one time and then come home and look in the mirror and go, yep, I did it. I look exactly how I planned, right? It's like maybe after 3 months you see some progress. Maybe even after 6 months you see progress. That's kind of how this business is, okay? We were lucky to make our investment back within 1 week. Everything from there on is 100% profit for us from that point back in August to now. And going forward. That might not be the norm. Other people have made thousands in their first week, and other people it's taken 3-4 months. So we'd love to share this program with you. If you're interested in learning more, please go to our website and register your email. And here's to a positive, prosperous, healthy, and happy, good fortune 2025 to all of you. Thanks, guys.